Sign says he wants us to start. He's going to be another couple minutes, so hopefully he comes in at the end of our comments and he can add his own comments. And, yeah, so, all right. Well, today's matchup is Heavy versus Nemesis. As you know, Heavy's been on a fucking tear this season, just killing it the second half of the season, and just maybe it wasn't, maybe I don't know, but right now the way he's playing, he's in top form. I know that much. I've been scrimming him lately too, and like every game is really intense. He's figured some things out, and Kaepernick is like a whole new dimension for him. So we got that going up against Nemesis, who's always a tough playoff competitor. So John, any first impressions that come off the top of your head of this matchup?
So we're going to take a look at a matchup with two diabolically opposed offensive schemes. On one hand, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who have a run and gun, pass-heavy offense, throwing the ball vertically down the field, getting receivers open, and scrambling outside the pocket, looking to make plays. You won't necessarily see many handoffs with the running backs, but you will occasionally see big old Vonta Leach take some handoffs down the center. That's right, the Buccaneers are back in top form, running their fullback as their main back. Meanwhile, on the opposing side of the fields, the New York Jets are coming out packing a punch with Frank Gore. Frank Gore is the man of the year in the ground game. Every single game, you don't know what to expect from him. All you know is he's going to be tough to bring down. And meanwhile, you also have a highly efficient passing offense with Josh McCown at quarterback, one of the highest yards per attempt in the entire league, even though he doesn't throw much. When he does, he is very effective.
That's true. So, having just played Nemesis, I can tell you that his biggest strength is that he's really smart in terms of just moving the chains when he needs to move the chains. He has that one play call. We talked about this last broadcast a little bit, but he has that one audible that he can go to at any point. Like, he can make a run on third down. If it's fourth and short, he can just go no huddle. And he calls this little split backfield play action, and then it's a fake handoff left, and then the other running back goes right. And that is a really hard play to stop. He pulls out at the perfect time. He makes good audibles. He's just a really composed player, and that makes him very dangerous in the playoffs. And as John touched on with Heavy, he's just full blast, balls to the wall. The difference with Heavy this year, though, he's always been that way, but he's just gotten better at it. Like, he's not making quite as many big mistakes, because in the past it was feast or famine. He'd get these long triple coverage touchdowns, but on the same side of the token, he would also throw game-changing picks, and now he's just throwing touchdowns. So I really won't be surprised by any outcome. We are told it's an intense matchup, so we assume that means it's close, but we'll find out. And we'll have Sign join us in just a little bit. He'll just jump right on in. So we'll do a brief little intro video here, and then the game will start. Good luck to both guys.
Welcome everybody to Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. I'm John here with Finn, getting ready to start an exciting conference championship game. The winner will go to the Super Bowl.
I almost forgot about that.
And we have Wilson back to return.
Yeah, this is a very important game.
Nemesis will kick off on offense on the 24-yard line.
Interesting choice of defense, going for the dime. Interesting choice against Nemesis. I will say that because he does run the ball a lot, so let's see how this goes for Heavy and if he can shore up his run defense.
Ending it off to Frank Gore on the first play of the game, gets brought down by a gang tackle of 3 guys.
Yeah, and I will say, as I said previously, I've been scrimming Heavy a lot, and that defense has been pretty damn good against the run. He just knows how to move his players the right way at times, but we'll see. This will be
second and 6. Nemesis out in a 4-receiver set. Frank Gore in the backfield.
Love the adjustment here.
Yeah, Gore up the center. Gore refuses to go down, running into some of his men before he gets a gain of about 3 yards. It's 3rd and 2.
Yeah, obviously Nemesis here, he's going to push the run as far as he possibly can. It looks like we do have that play-action play coming right now. Oh, I guess.
No, it's actually a toss out to the left to Frank Gore, and he goes down for the first down, a gain of 5 or 6 on the play.
Well, and see, he doesn't really call that play a ton, and just knowing that's even there, that's a pretty effective run if he doesn't commit fast enough. So that makes that play action even more dangerous.
Single back big formation, handing it off to Frank Gore, who just gets hammered in the backfield for a loss of 2.
Yeah, great user by Heavy there to evade the blocker.
McCown under center audibly.
How compact his defense looks despite the fact that he's picking is really good against the run despite that.
Gore takes the handoff along to the left side after an audible, gets back 2, it's now 3rd and 10.
And here's where you don't want to be with Heavy, because 3rd and long, he's gonna zone most of his defense, although he's not here.
And here's the split back formation with Josh McCown under center, audibling to that trips receiver right formation.
Oh, I think we're going run to the left here.
Oh, watch that guy on the right side. If he passes it, that guy's going to come in screaming.
Heavy shifts to the left. Frank Gore still gets a man wide open space all the way past the 50-yard line.
Yeah, Nemesis, he's going to do that a lot until it proves that it doesn't work, because his run game is very strong.
Split back formation, tight end to the right. McCown under center, motions the man to the right. McCown calling some hot routes under center, or some audibles as he hands it off to Griffith, the fullback, who gets around the left side for a gain of about 10 yards. Lucky there was no face mask there.
Like we were playing at the start of the game, Phil, that run defense, bit shaky. It's not smart to come out in the dime against such a strong and heavy run.
Yep, and there it is, finally.
Goes back to the fake. Fakes the handoff to Griffith and gets it all the way out to the post to the sideline to Selleck. Brent Selleck with a huge pickup.
You know what's funny is that I've never actually realized that Selleck route was in there, because I failed to cover the flats so often that he never has to go to that route. But that's even more deadly than I thought.
Hands it off to Gore, who goes on around the left side, breaks a tackle, gets down for about a gain of 1.
Now this is where it's going to get tougher for Nemesis, because the defense is more compact, there's less space to cover, so the run is going to be less effective, and you've got to go to the pass and go try and find the spaces, because the run gets less and less effective the more compact the defense gets.
Already 3 minutes on this drive. The Jets are grounding out the clock bit by bit with Frank Gore. McCown audibles to the trips receiver right formation. Frank Gore perhaps looking to get the handoff to the left. No. McCown drops back, rolls to the right. McCown looking. There's nobody open. McCown goes down for a loss. He's sacked in the backfield. He gets absolutely thrown to the ground. There was nobody open. Blanketed.
So I kind of want to go back to that play, because Heavy basically forced that sack with his linebacker movement here. So right now, Nemesis is reading that right side, and he's got trips on the right, and he knows he's probably going for the corner of the end zone. Heavy knows that too, but he's acting like he doesn't know that. So he doesn't really have much of a backup plan here. Nemesis doesn't. So we're going to snap the ball. Heavy runs out to the right, blankets that route, and now the panic time for Nemesis, because he wasn't counting on that. And he doesn't do a good job of evading the blockers here, but yeah. Anyway, great play by Heavy on defense. That's a veteran move.
I would say that's kind of demonstrating Nemesis' lack of passing instinct, because you see that rusher, he comes to the right-hand side. Nemesis, if you're smart, you kind of tuck in behind the tackle, but he just runs straight into the rusher and takes the sack when old enough to.
I will say he's usually pretty damn good at getting around those pass rushers. It's just, I think he got lazy there or something.
Now the Jets are in a bad position, backed up 17 yards to go after that sack. McCown audibling under center, trying to figure out what to do here. Play clock running down. Trips to the left. Could this be the same play to the other side?
It does look like it.
McCown drops back, rolls to his left. McCown looking, rolls to his right. Everybody's blanketed. McCown throwing down the field, and it's caught! Oh, and he fumbles! James Jones fumbles after the catch. And what could have been 3 points is now a turnover as the Buccaneers take over on the field. 1st and 10 on the 13-yard line.
That man Hobbs again. That guy that everyone sees every single game he plays Heavy.
That's really unfortunate, because Nemesis really salvaged the drive there and made a good play.
Colin Kaepernick on first down darts it right in to Colby Fleener. And we have Colin Kaepernick for the second season in a row taking the league by storm. Extreme efficiency.
Yeah, Colin.
Kaepernick under center dives for the first down.
Colin's a nightmare. He's heavy. Is ultra aggressive and ultra confident when he has Colin. You can just tell by the way he moves around. He just doesn't have a whole lot of doubt, and it's very scary to play against.
I formation. Kaepernick drops back. Kaepernick rolls to his left. Kaepernick looking. Kaepernick fires all the way down the field to Kevin Walter, and it's incomplete. That could have been dangerous.
I have to say that that's a big let off. That's a big let off. That should really have been a cut.
Oh, absolutely. And I think here's where you might make a mistake if you're heavy, because Nemesis is too smart, but also, he doesn't take a risk this time. I was going to say, heavy, he calls the same play in a row, counting on Nemesis to stay in the same defense, but Nemesis isn't stupid, so anyway, makes me eat my words. 10-yard game.
Now we're into the second. Kaepernick hands it off to big old Vonta Leash down the center, and it picks up a gain of about 9 yards. It's second in inches.
Well, Heavy's moving the ball. I think he's probably still itching from that last big opportunity that he missed, so we'll probably see him go deep pretty soon here again.
Kaepernick under center. Kaepernick drops back. Kaepernick looking. Kaepernick sacked. Taken to the turf by Albert Hainsworth.
Oh, that's frustrating, because Heavy has a pretty good knack for staying in the middle of the pocket, staying up tight, avoiding the edge rushers, and that's the penalty you pay sometimes.
Ooh. Tries to do the same thing, but gets the ball before he goes across the line of scrimmage to Colby Fleener for the first down.
Well, that was a very skilled play.
I think Nemesis is doing well to go back to a man setup. I think that giving him better coverage, especially with his user, I think he's doing better. He should stay in that man setup instead of his zone.
Yeah,
Vonta Leash gets about 2 yards.
You might get a pick that way if Heavy's being reckless, but more likely than not, you're going to give up a big touchdown very quickly.
Yep, definitely.
Drops back, rolls to the right.
And look at
Kaepernick looking down the field, directing traffic, and it's incomplete, knocked away.
Great defense from Nemesis. He's very good at diagnosing those middle routes with his user. He makes things very tough, especially on 3rd and long.
Kaepernick drops back. Kaepernick rolling, looking. Kaepernick scrambling in the backfield. Kaepernick looking down the field, and it's caught by Vonta Leash. What a play. What extreme effort by Colin Kaepernick to extend that play and get the first down.
He probably could have been sacked 3 times there.
Great defense there. I think it's really unfortunate how much he's given up. I think he deserves a lot more.
Bruce Miller, the other fullback in this offense, gets about 12 or 13 yards. That's a huge gash up the center.
I like this play if it's the one I think he called. No, it's not. I like this one too, though.
Kaepernick under center. Kaepernick fixed the handoff, rose to his right. Kaepernick looking towards the end zone. Can't find anyone. Finds Miller. Oh, and it's picked off by Deshaun Goldson. What could have been another great opportunity for the offense on the field ends in disaster. Back-to-back turnovers for both teams.
I'm trying, if I'm not mistaken, that guy came on big against you as well.
Hey, what's that again?
The safety, he made a pick against you as well. Big play against you.
Oh, he might have.
Obviously, Nemesis is the safety, really dangerous, more dangerous than they appear, kind of like Sam. Like, you can just throw a pick out of nowhere and not even necessarily do it.
Oh, that is true.
McCown fakes the handoff to Gore. McCown looking. McCown firing. Brent Selleck with the post to the sideline, gashing Heavy's defense.
But I believe that one for Nemesis was a user pick. Like, he just kind of hunted that one down, and he anticipated perfectly.
Yeah, he is sneaky good with the user. He's pretty good with the user, actually. Quite underrated in that aspect.
Yeah, he is, definitely.
McCown motioning Frank Gore to the right. Pushes him back into the backfield. Hands it off to Griffith, who gets about 2 yards down the center.
So first 2 drives from each guy, I gotta say, I believe Nemesis has outplayed Heavy thus far. I mean, it's very early still, and Heavy definitely showed he can move the ball. But Nemesis getting that user pick like that, Heavy getting a little bit lucky on that hard tackle. It wasn't a strip, it wasn't a big hit. So far, I give the edge to Nemesis.
Yep, totally agree. And I think he's played great defense as well, aside from that, one route which Heavy should have caught on the streak. But he's played great both sides of the ball.
I actually got air right because that was a big hit on that play. I did hit him with Hobbs.
I don't know if I agree, but you would know. You played the game.
2-minute warning here on the field. McCown under center. Hands it off. Oh, it's the flea flicker. McCown looking deep downfield. This could be big.
Oh,
It's incomplete. James Jones couldn't get a hand on it.
I'm just gonna say, every time I see Nemesis run this play, it rarely works. I think that he should go to Lord Jones and steal that PA play off him, which is really way better than that one. I just think that would be a better move for him.
yeah, that was a tough one.
The same formation, single back big. McCown motioning Brent Selleck out to the right side of the field.
Oh, I think he's hoping. Okay.
And it's knocked down at the line and almost nearly picked. And now the Jets are hurrying it up. It looks like the Jets are going to go for it here. This could be huge.
He's in a no man's land, 50-yard line, no real benefit to punting. You might as well go for it, in my opinion.
Count audibling, trips right. This could be the handoff to the left. And wisely calls a timeout.
Yeah, not a bad timeout here. I mean, you figure Heavy's going to use up most of the clock, so get the right play.
I think for Nemesis, it's really important that he takes the lead going into half, because Heavy, after a bad first half, is probably going to come back firing in the second, so make sure that you get whatever you can.
Yeah.
Play action, McCown rolls, McCown fires over the center, and it's almost caught by someone, but then dropped and then picked.
Well, on the bright side, it's effectively a very short punt.
And it's better than an incompletion there, because he didn't get back to anywhere close to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Heavy Smith is playing an outstanding game so far.
Kaepernick firing over the center, and it's not caught. It looks like it was dropped.
And Fleener's being covered by a very small defensive back. That's surprising.
2nd and 10, Kaepernick firing across the center, and just a little too high.
Yeah, and I think that throw was influenced by the fact that up until the very last moment, Nemesis really played that perfectly, but he didn't really get it perfectly at the very end. But I think the flight of the ball was affected by the fact that that second guy was there.
Kaepernick steps up into the pocket and fires it to the left. Colby Fleener, who catches it in front of 3 guys. What a big play.
That's what he goes to when he needs yards. You see that little fader out on the left-hand side of the tight end. That's his money play. He just pulled that out. He was in a bit of a sticky situation, and he went to his familiar play.
Play action to Bruce Miller. Bruce Miller covers the ball up and is brought down a few yards short of the first down, but 2nd and 2.
Yeah, and if you recall, he went to Fleener 3 times in a row there. It's hard to stop Fleener 3 times in a row.
Same play action pass, Kaepernick fire. Oh, and it could have been picked off by Davis.
Nemesis, use the skills. Really good.
He's really anticipating well this game. I'm impressed by him.
Yeah, and I think he played himself down. He's quite a bit better than he acts out, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's a difference between regular season Nemesis and playoff Nemesis for sure.
Direct snap to Bruce Miller. Runs over a man and gets the first down.
All right, well, we got 55 seconds here. 1 timeout for Nemesis. Heavy's not worried about time at all. He's probably just going to grind this down as far as he can.
Kaepernick under center, drops back, rolls to the right. Kaepernick looking, Kaepernick rolling, Kaepernick firing into the end zone, and it's caught for the touchdown. Braylon Edwards, the Buccaneers explode into the end zone with their cannons ablaze.
And Heavy breaks the egg. He breaks the egg. These two teams have been split this whole time, back and forth. That touchdown is going to be so important for Heavy. He's going to put his foot on the accelerator and he's going to take control of this game.
And the Buccaneers go up 7-0.
Whoever's playing these little theme tunes, I love.
Now the Jets have 38 seconds. What's that?
Who gets the ball after half?
Nemesis threw a pick on the first drive, and then Heavy threw a pick.
Okay.
Heavy gets the ball, yes, in the second half first. McCown rolling to his left, firing across the center, and it's picked off! It is picked off by Maxwell, and that is not what you're looking for if you're Nemesis. It was 0-0, and now suddenly he could be facing a 2-score deficit, having to kick the ball off to Heavy, and if you're Heavy, you gotta be really thrilled at this point.
Well, that's very unfortunate. I didn't really quite see what happened, but it looked like just an unlucky situation.
Yeah, that was so unlucky.
Firing across the middle. Oh! And that tiny defensive back on Fleener broke the pass up.
And that interception, he's thrown it to his tight end. The tight end and the D-back have both missed it, and it's gone back to the safety. That's all the way behind him, where it wasn't intended to go. So, yeah, really.
Kaepernick almost down the field to Kevin Walter, and it's broken up, blanketed by two guys.
Man, Kevin Walter looks like he's 6'7".
Kaepernick in shotgun. Kaepernick stepping up, separate firing, and it's dropped by Fleener. Fleener hit right after the point of the catch.
Is he going for it?
Oh,
No, he's not going for it. No way.
Really?
Oh my gosh. This
Don't do it, Heavy.
Foregoing the 2-score lead. Fires it across, and it's dropped. It's broken up. The 2-score lead that could have been is not.
And now
Maybe stop doing back things.
if we see a play action or some kind of deep ball here for a touchdown, that's going to hurt.
Yep, it could have been 10-0, and
Brown firing it downfield to James Jones. Desperation, and oh my gosh, could have been caught off the deflection.
It kind of looked like he was playing the deflection there. He kind of hung back and just waited.
yep, John just looking at that. He knows all about that.
Yeah, Nemesis is the ideal candidate for a guy getting a deflection like that.
Split back. Information, interesting.
Sacked, thrown to the turf, and that could end the half. And it looks like the Jets are going to use their final timeout.
Well, you may as well.
McCown drops back. McCown looking. McCown stepping up, firing it deep down the field, and it's not caught by Garcon. We will go into half. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers up 7. New York Jets 0.
Well, yeah, let's just see the little
exchange that they've had.
And that's just to be clear, that's Nemesis saying that.
Classic.
So I don't want to do interviews now, just because I just want to be ultra safe that we're not giving any of their game results away. But any halftime thoughts between you guys?
Son, you thoughts first? Doesn't sound like he has any thoughts. For me,
Sorry.
you go.
Okay.
Right here, guys.
I don't know, I feel like Nemesis really unlucky to have only 0 points. I mean, he's made a lot of yardage, he's made some great defensive plays, and he's just come up short, like in the red zone, in the second half of the field every single time, and you know, that's really unfortunate for him because he's played actually a great first half, but it doesn't look that way from the score. Heavy, he's taken his opportunities where they've come, but he could have gone up 2 scores as well, so obviously he's missed opportunities as well. Overall, for both of these guys, a bit sloppy from both of them, I would say.
I would totally agree. This honestly feels like a good battle that could go down to the wire. It's very close. They're going blow to blow. They're very, very engaged in this against each other. Nobody's taking any real chances, and it really feels like the one turnover from Nemesis, the fumble after the catch by James Jones, and then the pick that Heavy threw. That was just 2 pretty unlucky plays, and let's see, without the turnovers, maybe this half, if we can see more offense.
Yeah, the only thing that comes to my mind is two things. First, Heavy going for it there, like, that takes some balls, and that kind of speaks to his level of confidence that he's been playing with lately. Like, I can't imagine most people go for that there. I think probably 99% of the league just takes the field goal there in a playoff game. So that's number one. I think that he's not going to be wavered by that. He's probably going to keep that approach. Number two, it's striking to me how similar these guys are on defense with their user, like especially in the middle of the field. Both of them just like anticipating out of their minds right now and just really reading routes, reading the quarterback, making really smart plays. So from that aspect, it's been very entertaining for me, and I really look forward to the second half. So let's go.
We are back to Raymond James Stadium as Mason Crosby is about to kick off the second half. The kick is away, the kick is short. Bruce Miller calls for the fair catch around the 28-29 yard line.
He's been doing that, and actually, you can really exploit that on the return if you're careful. You just got to miss one guy, and you could be gone. But when I played Nemesis, I had a lot of rain, so I couldn't take the risk too many times.
Kaepernick with a bullet to Fleener, his go-to money play, and hurries up to the line. Kaepernick takes a snap, rolls left, Kaepernick looking, Kaepernick directing traffic, Kaepernick gets the first down, taken down for a few yards, but it's enough to move the chains.
Kind of reminds me of Josh Allen, if you ever saw him play in college for whatever small school he was playing for. He just recklessly just running across the field, smashing into people. That's kind of how Heavy plays with Kaepernick.
Kaepernick fakes the handoff, rolling to his right, Kaepernick being chased down by Robert Mathis, has to throw it and gets it to Bruce Miller for a pickup of 2 or 3.
They're taking some small gains now as opposed to the all downfield stuff that he was going for in the first half.
Kaepernick under center, audibling, changing the play call.
Oh, I like this play. He's got Leach.
Kaepernick dropping. Kaepernick rolling to his left, hesitates just for a second, and may have had Leach at first, but then when he threw the ball, Leach was covered.
Yeah, he waited a little bit too long, and that angle went away. But he might have been looking middle first.
Under center, 4 receivers, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Kaepernick dropping back, bullying it across to Javon Walker, who gets the first down.
Heavy continuing to do heavy things.
Kaepernick is extremely efficient at stepping up into the pocket and throwing these darts, handing it off to Leach on first down, who gets a gain of 6 or 7.
Yeah, he's got to be cognizant of that direct snap. That's actually I don't recall if that was actually a direct snap, but that run and play, that formation, Nemesis has to know that's high probability of a run.
Evan goes back to the same exact play, gets the first down, albeit not as much of a gain, but still enough to move the chains. And it looks like Heavy may be going back to the same play for the 3rd time in a row. He hands it off to Leach, and Leach is just tearing up the left side of the line. The Jets have nobody on the line over there. They're running a 2-man front, and Leach is just exploiting it right now. Heavy is taking what he can get.
The blitz angle is on the
go ahead.
No, sorry, Phil.
Oh, I was just going to say, this isn't the worst approach for Nemesis's perspective, because he'd rather just let Heavy get into the hard part of the field and give up a deep ball for sure.
Yeah. I was going to say the blitz angles in his defense are kind of awful. I'm not a big fan of it.
Oh, and Kaepernick throws the bullet across the center. It's just a little high.
I think we're going to see a run here.
How do you figure, Finn? Seeing the play in front of us. Oh, wow, there you go.
Buccaneers audibling. Kaepernick dropping back, rolling to his left, and is sacked! It's taken down to the turf by Chris Gokong.
And that is why, if you're on inches, you sneak the ball. Don't pass on inches down, guys.
And look what we're seeing again.
I'm gonna laugh if Heavy sneaks this one.
Not the worst
Another
play.
down. Takes the handoff, looking, rolls to the right. Kaepernick looking, Kaepernick rolling, Kaepernick firing down the field, and it's caught for the first down. Vontae Leach right along the sideline. It looks like the Jets are going to challenge this, but I think he was in.
I think it's worth challenging it because this play could really be huge for the end. I mean,
I can't believe he made that happen.
1, 2, he was in. Both feet.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just shocked that he actually got open. Because he was being blanketed. I'd like to go back to that play, actually. Let's just back it up after the ruling here.
Yeah.
I feel like what happened there, Finn, is that he's kind of, Kaepernick kind of misplaced the ball, and that led Leach. That's the kind of led Leach to the right. That's led Leach to the right, so it's given him the angle to get open.
So first, let's highlight Nemesis completely covers this play, by the way. So the first read is Leach, that's covered. Fleener's the second read, and that's one of Side's favorite little routes there. Fleener's going across the middle, but he's got people waiting for him over there. So he's open there, but he has to throw it fast, and he doesn't throw it fast enough. So now, oh boy, sorry about that. Let's do this, and I'll get this static off the screen. There we go. All right, so at this point, he's just waiting on Leach to come open, and oh my god, at the very end, yeah, gets the user. So just Heavy just pulls it out of his ass. I don't know how he did that.
And that was also a little risky for Heavy because Bruce Miller, across the middle of the field, he had motioned him into open space, but instead of going for the open, Miller decides to target Leach across the sideline for a larger gain, and it worked out. It was worth the gamble. Leach getting the handoff for a good gain of 4 or 5.
Yeah, but those are I mean, that was a massive play. That if he doesn't get that, that completely changes the game.
Kaepernick just sneaking it across his middle for the touchdown. The Buccaneers are going up 2 scores. The guts of the Buccaneers head coach to go for it on a 4th down after not converting the first one, and now they're going for 2 as Kaepernick is stuffed and does not get it.
Honestly, I mean, look how much time is left in the game. There's only about 7 minutes left, and Heavy's, 2 scores up. Should be 14 up, but, whatever. But Nemesis having 0 at this point is really disappointing for him. It's not the game he's played. He's played a game that's worth much more than that.
Oh, here he goes.
And Wilson breaking all down the sideline. Wilson at the 20, at the 10, at the 5, touchdown, and just like that, it's a 1-score game again as the Jets get perfect blocking down the field.
And that play could have flipped the game. He could have gone 3 and out on that drive, and the game could have been over. That play is huge for Nemesis. It's the luck he needed. He's been a bit unlucky, so that there's blockers coming through for him. So important. Help him get back into this game.
What a swing of momentum. If he can force Heavy to punt, well, that's not going to happen. But if he can force the turnover here on downs or get an interception or something, that's a huge momentum swing.
Yep, and the fact that Heavy did go for the 2 points means that Nemesis could win the game with a touchdown.
See, now here's what I mean. Like that, yeah. That could have been way worse for Nemesis as well. I think he's got to ditch that.
Josh Wilson, the quarterback for the Jets.
Oh, go ahead, John. Okay, so
I was going to say, no, my bad.
I'll let this play go first. Oh, wow.
Braylon Edwards answers right back. Buccaneers touchdown. Sound the cannons.
Little BM from Heavy at the end there.
Oh, boy. So much going on.
Nemesis field goal block. Is that a 2-point defense? Oh, gets the 2 points back that he lost.
Yeah, I was gonna say on that kick return by Nemesis, he could have gone for a highlight stick when Heavy was approaching, but he just decided to veer left, and it was the right call because Heavy just ends up missing him, and he goes around the edge. If he would have highlight stick, he would have been dead in the water.
Josh Wilson again taking up to the 45-yard line. If he had evaded that one guy, he would have been gone.
This has gotten pretty wild.
Yep, Nemesis still very in this game if he can keep moving the ball as he has done in previous drives.
Yeah.
McCown rolling to his right. McCown looking downfield. McCown is just going to get sacked for a loss of a yard or two. But it's hilarious. We went into half with a one-score game. Only one score in the entire game, and now suddenly we've had an explosion of points.
And I feel like Nemesis might be getting outside of himself a little bit here, and now he's maybe taking a breath. He got put that no huddle real quick.
Frank Gore takes.
I would say, if Nemesis turns the ball over here, I would say it might be over. There's not much time left, and Heavy's 2-4's up.
Now,
Yeah.
the big issue here is that the Jets' offense is very run-heavy, focused on Frank Gore, and obviously in this situation, you really can't do much of that.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, he's got to stay within himself somehow, but also score as fast as possible.
But that's not going to do it. Incomplete
I
pass.
think the game is unraveling in front of us.
Yeah.
McCown under center, McCown audibling, trips right.
Well, and Heavy knows this play is probably going to the right, and look at him, he's staying in the middle of the field. Now he runs immediately to the right, but then he goes back center. What do I?
McCown scrambles to the left. McCown looking down the field. Brent Selleck is caught for the first down. What a huge pickup. Brent Selleck is wide open.
Really bad Nemesis. Great pocket movement by Nemesis to open that right out.
Yeah, and that he's so good on fourth downs, man. He's actually better on fourth downs than any other down. He's got ice water.
Like John's better at fourth down than any of the bad as well.
McCown rolling to his right. McCown scrambling. McCown looking. McCown almost throws a pick. That was so dangerous.
Now, if that's OJ playing defense, he pauses the game right now, which is his way of letting you know that should have been a pick.
Yeah, he pauses and instantly unpauses the game.
McCown motioning the lineman to the left. Takes the handoff to Gore. Gore, the
got daylight.
fake handoff route, and he is brought down around the 5-yard line. That's the clown route.
Well, and this game looked to be all but over before that fourth down play, and now here we go. Nemesis is 4 yards away from basically putting it all on Heavy's shoulders.
I mean, I would say even if Nemesis scores it, actually, you know what could be a smart play? If he goes in, I was about to say, if he waits until the fourth quarter to go in so he can have that too. So he just goes straight in.
He gets 3 for that one. That was a good one.
The New York Jets are able to get the ball into the end zone. It's now once again a one-score game. Back and forth and back and forth. That fourth down conversion by the Jets to Brent Selleck, clutch, the play of the drive. Potentially limited the game.
For Heavy, thank God that he got that 2-point conversion last time, because if he's only up 6 right now, or even worse, if he's only up 5, that's pretty scary if you don't get the score here.
And the issue here is that, Heavy can just run out the clock, to be honest. I mean, he's moving the ball quite well. Even if he takes 2 minutes off, I think maybe that would be enough, because, he can get into field goal range, kick a field goal, and then leave Nemesis out.
Yeah, but he's not slowing down here. He's going for it.
Kaepernick takes the handoff just the right. Kaepernick looking deep downfield.
Uh-oh.
Tries to get to Edwards, and it's dropped. It's dropped in double coverage. That could have been huge.
Yeah, strange that he didn't get a single reaction from one of the secondary players on that, but Heavy's good at kind of forcing that to happen.
Bucks going back to the run, hands it off to Big Vonta Leach up the gut for a gain of about 6.
A good gain, but still uncomfortable now, because if you don't get the first down here, it's sweating time.
I like the play right now. I think Nemesis' set is too compact to go with that flat route. Yeah, has to go cover it.
Kaepernick scrambling left and right. Kaepernick is rolling to the right and finds, Bruce Miller, and is he going to challenge this?
I actually expected him to, but he's out of bounds.
Nah, I thought he was in looking at first time.
I think he was in. I think this is a mistake to not challenge here. I'm very surprised that the Buccaneers are not challenging this. Kaepernick under center, fakes the handoff. Kaepernick looking, rolling to the right. Kaepernick looking, Kaepernick firing across the middle. It's picked up by Robert Mathis. Oh, no!
That was... Alright. I want to watch that one again. That was fun.
That was an outstanding football. Great use.
And I want to highlight one thing about this that might help people that are still finding their way with the user control. And we'll get to it right now. So watch what Nemesis does with his defender as the ball is approaching. You see that little wiggle? Basically, once you do it a couple times, you get the feel for it. But he positioned himself perfectly so he get the perfect animation, you know, to be there right when the ball got there. He didn't over pursue it. So amazing play.
I would say Heavy might come for right now challenging that play because for me he looked in, dragged the toes.
I thought so as well, and instead he goes for it on 4th down and throws a pick that could be very costly. Delay of game. That's the type of mistakes you really don't want to be making here, especially when it takes you out of field goal range like that.
That's very true. If Heavy does lose this game, we'll go back to that out of bounds. Then we'll see if we can figure out what was what.
The gunslinging style of Heavy, you know, it can pay dividends, but it can also fuck you over as well.
Pierre Garcon with the huge reception takes it to the 15-yard line. 1st down, moves the chains for the Jets.
And a question, guys, if you're Nemesis and you score here, would you onside kick? Would you go for the 2-point failure and then onside kick?
Oh man, I'm glad I don't have to make that decision.
Because I mean, Nemesis goes onside kick, they're like 100%, man. I would do it.
The count slides after a gain of 1 or 2.
I don't know if I would. If I'm Nemesis, I feel pretty confident about how I've been playing defense in the second half here. So I don't know if I do that.
I mean, I think that, you know, giving the ball back to Heavy, you know, Nemesis, he needs a bit of luck to win this game. I would say if you could force the issue, that would be the time where you do it.
Potentially going back to the clown route here, and which is exactly what he does, but he throws it across the middle, and it's caught by Selleck in triple coverage. Perfect ball placement, and just like that, it's all knotted up.
And I have to say, excellent offensive plays by Nemesis. He's had to go all passing, no ground game, and he's done very well passing the ball, actually. But he was running a lot more. Much better passing.
Yeah, and I want to note that that play I called out pre-game, that play action play, I don't think he's used it once. Maybe, actually, he did use it once, but that's it.
He's been throwing to the corner, I think.
Yeah.
Boykin breaks a tackle. Boykin gets tackled by Josh Wilson, the Jets returner and defensive back. Returner crime.
I formed 3 wide receiver here.
Kaepernick fakes the handoff, rolling to the right, looking deep, probably to Edwards, but finds Walker, motions him across. Oh, and that he just had crossed the line of scrimmage. It was. Oh, that could have been bad.
Now Heavy's kind of panicking a little bit. He's going to the same play he's been calling, and last time he called this play, he got picked off. Let's see what happens this time. All right, good
to the right, first across his body to the left. Fleener with the sign route, basically.
I think he's called the same play again. Yeah. And I like the adjustment there. He didn't let himself drift too far to the right to take himself out of being able to throw it to Y, and then he goes back to him. Because when he got picked off, he drifted so far right that Fleener just wasn't in the play anymore. So he had no choice but to toss it up to the other guy.
Tampa is taking their time.
Mm-hmm. He is doing a bit of clock here, you see. We all do it sometimes. And it's the smart thing to do, actually. You know, he knows that he's probably going to get some points on the board, so don't give Nemesis too much time to drive when he does get it back.
Yeah, I mean, but there's the trade-off. If you go 3 and out or 4 and out from this situation, then you're also giving yourself less time. So it's double-edged.
He's from the backfield, fumbles. Chris Dillman picks it up. Dillman down the sideline, and Dillman gets the 37-yard line. What a play! What a good recovery! That would have almost ended in disaster. Instead, turns into a huge chunk play for the Buccaneers. And there,
I wouldn't be surprised if Nemesis smashing his controller on the table, bro. That is so unlucky.
Yeah, that's very.
Oh my gosh! Back to Leach, and the Jets are reeling, calling a timeout.
And he already burns his timeout, though. I don't know if I agree with that because he had space to allow Heavy to get one more first down, and now if Heavy gets this first down, it's pretty much over.
God, I'm so sorry for Nemesis. You know, he forces a fumble and then the O lineman picks it up to run into the face.
Oh, and
So lucky.
Buccaneers get a first down. They can chew a lot of clock here.
All right. Well, I guess so. I think this is it now. I don't know the math here, but he's got to stop him from getting a first down.
Yeah, look to
The
that.
first down here will end it. Kaepernick under center. Kaepernick audible and changing the play. Direct snap to Bruce Miller. Takes it down the right side. Gets only 2 yards.
And he's just gonna chew it down to the 2-minute warning.
Wouldn't be surprised if he just says "fuck the clock" and just goes for the touchdown. That's the way he's been playing.
No, not in this situation. It's just so unnecessary. He's got no timeouts. I mean, you might as well just chew it as much as you can. What? Nah, there's no way he's running a play. He's not playing it. I don't think so. Wow, he
That's
snapped right
before the
before the warning.
clock expires.
And I think that was
Just like
really
that.
nice.
Yeah, that.
I don't know why he would do that.
Well, like I said, he's feeling ultra confident. Sometimes it's hard to harness that.
He's on a 3rd and 3 now, so
Kaepernick dropping back, rolling to the right. Kaepernick finds Bruce Miller, and it's out of bounds. That will end it. If the Buccaneers play smart, that will end it. The Buccaneers can just run out the clock here. There's no
but he's looking to
need for them to run any other plays other than quarterback kneel here. That's all they need to run, and the game is over. Handing it off to Lundy, Wally Lundy, the running back for the Buccaneers, some no-name guy.
And looks like the game is about over with this clock coming off.
Yeah, I think Heavy's doing the math right now.
I would say that play with the fumble that I'm really I know I keep saying it, but I really feel for Nemesis that he forces a fumble and then Heavy's O lineman gets a 30-yard gain on the fumble. It's really unlucky for Nemesis, but these things happen in playoffs. You can get fucked over. Very unfortunate.
Yes, one game you throw it straight into a defender's hands, and then your receiver catches it for 50 yards, and then the next one you give up 30 yards and a fumble.
This is the nature of the playoffs.
And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers look to be going back to their 2nd Super Bowl in a row.
Yeah, looks like the game's about over here.
I don't know. I'm still kind of thinking he's just going to at some point just smash this into the end zone with 30 seconds left.
I mean, he could. But, I mean, why? Just why?
Because he's Heavy. He doesn't give a fuck.
What, about winning? Really?
No, I know. I'm more talking about the caricature of Heavy.
Yeah.
The legend of Heavy.
This'll do it. If I'm Nemesis, I let him score here.
Oh.
But yeah, Nemesis, you got to let him score that. You got to just back off.
I think Harry wants those extra points on the board. I love doing that as well. I love doing that. Back when I was better than I am now. Yeah, he's gonna want to play.
This is for a berth in the Super Bowl. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers could go back. And they do not have the Bengals in their way this time. Josh Scobie, the kick is up. The kick is up, and it's through. 1 second left, but that should effectively do it.
Well, he will get the return, Nemesis. I doubt anything will happen, but miracle. Let's see.
Ooh.
The kick is right down the center. Terrence McGee in the backfield. McGee taking the ball to the left. McGee breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle. McGee is tackled at the 47. That will do it. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are headed back to the Super Bowl.
More luck, stay, brothers. More luck, brothers.
Sound the cannons.
All right. Well, let's go one by one here. Sign impressions.
Yeah, I have nothing really to say other than if I was Nemesis, I'd feel absolutely deflated after what happened in the fourth quarter. But you know, he played a great game against you and a great game against another guy who is considered one of the best players in the league. So I would think maybe it's time to consider Nemesis up there as well as one of the top players. I would just put that out there.
Man, that game had everything. It had good decisions, it had drama, it had bad decisions, it had just crazy plays. When we go back to it, we at this point we could very well be talking about that incomplete pass that could have been reviewed, and then that subsequent interception on fourth down. But instead, because of that crazy fumble that was forced on Vonta Leach, that was picked up by Dielman and ran all the way to the 37-yard line, we're instead talking a whole different story.
Yeah, and I really feel for Nemesis on that one, to the extent that I'm capable of feeling for Nemesis. But just the way he was playing defense in the second half against Heavy was really inspiring. It was great defense, anticipatory, just like he was doing what he needed to do. And I wasn't convinced Heavy was going to make it happen. I know Heavy's capable of making it happen, but up until that fumble play, it was probably 50-50, and I feel for him a little bit. But as Sign said, I mean, yeah, Nemesis, in terms of how he plays in the playoffs, I think that we have to consider him a top threat in any playoffs. So, Heavy, looks like you're in. Looks like Nemesis is gone. Do you want to comment on the game?
Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is when I ran the clock. I ain't gonna lie, I definitely ran the clock, but I'll tell y'all why. I mean, y'all saw that I just fumbled. Y'all saw that kickoff return. Like, he had all the momentum in the world, and I was gonna blow this. And plus, the fact of the matter is, as much as this shit happens against me, it was my turn to do it against someone else. Like, y'all always run the clock against me. It's like so frustrating. I just want it to be known that if y'all are gonna do it against me, I'll do the same.
Well, no one was faulting you for running the clock, and if I was just saying I didn't expect you to, just because you're playing with so much confidence, and that last play before the end of the first half.
I never did lose any confidence. Like, that's actually part of why I continue to do it as well. Like, I was actually moving the ball like pretty much the entire game. The only thing that was stopping me was, I mean, Nemesis, his outstanding. I mean, he just had a natural instinct, like, throughout the whole game. Like, he had a good feel for what I was doing. So that was really the only thing that was stopping me. Like, him jumping in front of the ball, and as he calls that interception. Like, that was really the only thing that was stopping me the whole game. Like, I was able to move the ball, and because of that, that's also why I ran the clock. Like, I never did lose the confidence. Like, because I was so confident I could run, I was able to run the clock.
Yep. Yeah, it's a smart play. I mean, no one faults you for running clock in a playoff game. Everybody would do it. So
well, I normally wouldn't, but because of how much has been happening to me, I decided to go ahead and do it. Like, if I wasn't going to do it, Nemesis was going to do it, and I didn't want that to happen.
Oh, he definitely was going to do it.
Exactly. So it's not because I wanted to do it. It's not because I was afraid. But if I didn't do it, Nemesis was going to do it, and I didn't want that to happen. So I'd rather take the win than take the loss.
Well, you're headed to your second straight Super Bowl, if memory serves. So
correct.
Heavy's continuing his ascension to the top of the top, and good luck in the Super Bowl, man. I had
Thank
my
you.
awareness points on Nemesis just because the lines were better on him, but I was rooting for you, and I figured you were the favorite the rest of the way. So good luck to you.
Oh, thank you, Finn.
All right, I think that does it. Yeah, fucking fantastic game, and we'll look forward to seeing who you play in the Super Bowl.
And who's the game on the other, or who plays the game on the other side of the bracket? Does anyone know?
I believe that's Sam versus Lord, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, Sam versus Lord.
That's gonna be a bloodbath.
Blah blah. Interesting.
Interesting way to describe it.
I mean, yeah, those guys played. Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting one.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, that's all for me, guys. Thanks for joining me. We'll do it again soon.
A great broadcast.
Till next time.
You beat me to it.